Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you in another video. All right, so Laker Nation, I hear you. I'm listening very closely. Laker Nation, a good portion of the organization, we absolutely love Bill Russell. Don't get it twisted. And y'all know how I feel about Bill Russell. I am with what the Lakers and the NBA is doing, and I'm going to stay with it. But there's a but. It runs deep, really, really deep. And here is where we become ridiculous, truthfully. There's going to be a shamrock on our floor with the number 6 part of it. We want to find a more unified way to celebrate our friend, the great Bill Russell. That's the best way I could describe the sentiment of the Lakers. Now, I personally am cool. You can keep the shamrock down there with the 6. I got love, right? Like BDF44, I'm fine. But I'm not coming representing myself necessarily. I'm going to speak for the sentiment that I'm picking up from the rest of Laker Nation. We want to celebrate Bill in a way that doesn't celebrate the Celtics organization on our floor. Truthfully. We have no problem retiring the jersey. Of course, we're going to respect LeBron James, our guy. And if he wants to keep it on, we're going to celebrate him wearing number 6 until the season ends. And then we'll figure out how the NBA will allow us to move going forward as an organization with the number 6. Right? As far as us celebrating Bill, hey, man, I'm with celebrating Bill. Let me tell you something. Bill Russell is from California. Even though people don't know that. He's from San Francisco, California, from the Bay. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I'm telling an accurate assessment of my understanding. But if I'm not mistaken, he went to San Francisco State University. That is the same school my mother went to. That's her alma mater. They both graduated from the same college. So when we talk about Bill Russell and we take it to a point where we don't want to do something for him, we need to remember the root of what it is that we're actually talking about. We're talking about one of the greatest athletes who ever walked the earth, that was doing things that did great things for our country and for our relationship socially. You know, he broke down some barriers and took on some energy that far exceeds our personal understandings about our team and our league and what it is, our art form that we celebrate, which is basketball. That was a small portion of a great life that needs to be celebrated head on. And not only did he do great things off the court, but of course, he was a Boston Celtic that won 11 NBA championships. Unfortunately, literally like 10 of them were against us. like almost all of them. And so, in the spirit of who we are and what we're doing, we want to have some balance in what it is that we're doing as it pertains to celebrating the guy who we love in life, but for the spirit of what we are about and what we all brings us together is our op. He's our op. He's one of our most loved and appreciated opponents. And for what it is that we're doing, because we're here as Laker fans, there should be some celebration of the rivalry that Bill made great. Right? That Bill on his side and our guys on our side, Kareem and Wilt and Jerry West and all the great guys from that era before my time, great guys that helped begin that era and keep it moving. It gives us all of these great Lakers-Celtic rivalries. We want to acknowledge that Bill Russell put his blood, sweat, and tears into that rivalry. That is something that we want to acknowledge, because that was a big part of what it is that he represented and gave him the spotlight to be the great athlete that he was. I don't want to betray that. In the spirit of celebrating him, I want to acknowledge the competition that he stood for, because I think not representing that in how we handle things doesn't fully represent the fullness of what the life was about. When we lived our lives to defeat him in competition, I want to be able to acknowledge that what he represented still very much is our competition. And while we want to celebrate and love and support the man, the flag, the green flag that they wave, that should never be plastered on our floor. Never. Not even to celebrate humans that we love. Because who are we? We are the Lakers. They are the Celtics. And we have never, ever lost sight of that. Not even when we mourn. So that's what everybody's saying, man. That is the sentiment. We love Bill, and we want to find a way to celebrate the competition that he stood for, as well as the life that he stood for. And I think the best way to do that is to acknowledge some way that Celtics emblem should not be on our floor. I don't care if you put Bill's name in next to something anywhere. You could put it on a seat. You could put it next to the scoreboard. You can put it anywhere. I would like us to take that shamrock off of our floor. Keep the 6 down there. Put Bill's name down there. I don't care. You could put my man's face down there. I would be cool with that. Let's personalize it for Mr. Russell. But do not celebrate the Celtics in the process of celebrating the great, legendary Bill Russell. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because we love that Jason Tatum wore Kobe's colors on him during the finals. We love that they showed solidarity and screamed MVP for Kobe Bryant before the tragedy occurred. He was able to get his flowers from them. So we respect the Celtics, right? There's a solidarity and friendship as a partner in this NBA thing. So, we love, but at the same time, we honor the battles. George Mikan, Wilt Chamberlain. We got some guys that stood on the front line against him in battle and gave him an opportunity to have those moments that helped define the legacy of him on the court, the 11 championships. He was going against some guys that put this on. That matters to us too, man. It does. It matters to us that we acknowledge that we had a side and he wasn't on it. And so, if that makes me the bad guy for pointing that out, I will fall on that sword. Because I know what I stand for. And I know what Bill Russell stands for. It's the exact same thing I stand for. And that's the spirit of uplifting athletes and putting them in positions to get their fair share and ultimately be able to keep this thing going for as long as the NBA is willing to do it. That's what I'm about. I know Bill Russell was about that amongst many other things, which is why his celebration should be league-wide, which is why the Lakers should be acknowledging him, which is why we need to put something down there that represents what he was about. Not only in all of the forms that we've talked about, but also as a California native, one of our very own out here. That's one of ours. We talk about players that are on different teams. Paul Pierce, end of the day, he's a Cali guy, from Oakland, from Inglewood, our guy. DeMar DeRozan, played for Toronto, played for Chicago, played for everywhere. But the Lakers, it seems. But still, it's an LA native. We know who's from out here. We know who's not. Kawhi Leonard, PG, at the end of the day, we know they're from out here. They are California people. So there's something to be said for acknowledging people from the soil, from the state that we stand on. And so I think Laker Nation needs to really, really, really reel it in, especially all of us who are from California. Because I know Laker Nation, a lot of us aren't. But those of us who are from this state, Bill's ours. Don't lose sight of it. So that's what I got to say, man. That's what I got to say, man. And that is it. I don't think the Lakers are going to pull the Shamrock up. I don't expect them to do that. I think we're going to see that thing down there all year long. I think we're going to love Bill all year long, but I think we're going to remember that we are, in fact, celebrating the Celtics and letting those who took more than 11 championships from us, I don't know how many they actually took from us, have a shine on our floor all year long. And trust you me, it's going to be on our hearts every single time we see it. It is. It is. Because this Laker thing runs deep for all of us, just like the Celtic things run deep for all of us. And I can tell you this. You ain't going to hear too many people say it. But in that Celtics building over there, they ain't like seeing Jason Tatum wearing all that purple and gold for no reason, ever. I promise. They ain't going to say it because it's not appropriate to say. Just like this ain't really appropriate to say. But say it anyway. Because that's what we do here at BDL 44. I know they ain't like that. You think I believe they like seeing Jason Tatum wearing purple and gold? Are you kidding me? No, they didn't. And if we were to go down there and slap a purple and gold number 8 on their floor, they would not be pleased. No, especially all season. No. And they loved Kobe. Just like we love Bill. But we don't love each other. Not when it comes to them teams. Not when it comes to these colors. No. Ain't no love there. BDL 44. Thank you all for watching.